Did you know that a single mistake at breakfast could be quietly weakening the very muscles and arteries responsible for your manhood? It's true. If you're over 60 and waking up with softer erections, low energy, or numbness below the belt, the real issue may not be your age. It could be what's on your morning plate. Most men have no idea that their breakfast choices are either fueling blood flow to the groin, or silently shutting it down. And worse, many are missing out on the one food that could start reversing the damage. I'm Dr. Mojit Kara, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience in urology and age-related performance decline. I've helped thousands of men across the country who thought their intimacy was fading because they were simply getting older. What we found was far more hopeful. Here's the truth. Your body wants to restore circulation to the lower body, but only if you give it the right fuel. And no, I'm not talking about a pill or prescription. I'm talking about 5 specific, simple morning foods. Foods you already know, but probably never knew could directly target male circulation. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to use them. You'll learn how 5 everyday ingredients can boost blood flow down there, strengthen pelvic muscle tissue, and reignite confidence, without side effects. Stick with me to the end, because I'll reveal one surprising food combo that's helping men feel results in under a week. Let's get started. Before we dive in, if you're serious about reclaiming your vitality and improving circulation where it matters most, go ahead and subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a tip made specifically for men over 60. And if this video resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I read every response. Your feedback helps me create content that better serves you. Alright, let's start with the first food. It's probably sitting in your fridge right now, and yet, you may have been missing its full potential for years. It's familiar, it's simple, and when eaten at the right time, it can jumpstart blood flow and muscle repair in the area that matters most. 1. Whole eggs, nature's circulation starter. I've lost count of how many men over 60 have sat across from me, frustrated, embarrassed, confused about why things down there aren't the same. And nearly every time, when I ask about their diet, they say something like, "Doctor, I just grab a coffee. Maybe some toast if I remember." What they don't realize is that their body, especially at this age, wakes up starving for very specific nutrients. And one of the most powerful sources of those nutrients, something that's been in their fridge their whole life, whole eggs. Yes, I know eggs have had a bad reputation, cholesterol fears, outdated science. But let me be clear. If you're a man over 60 and not eating whole eggs regularly, you're missing one of the most effective natural tools for restoring blood flow and lower body strength. The magic is in the yolk, rich in vitamin D, B12, choline, and leucine. That last one is a powerful amino acid that directly triggers muscle repair, especially the deep, often neglected muscles of the pelvic floor. These are the same muscles that support erections, control urination, and keep you balanced as you move through your day. As blood circulation declines with age, these muscles are often the first to suffer. But give them the right fuel, especially first thing in the morning, and your body responds. You feel more stable, less cramping or numbness. And yes, more confident in intimate moments. Not because of a pill, but because your blood is flowing again. I remember one patient, Richard, 67. He told me he hadn't had morning wood in over 2 years. For weeks after switching his breakfast to include 2 whole eggs, just boiled, nothing fancy, he called me, almost in disbelief. "Doc," he said, "I woke up like I was 40 again." That's the power of feeding your body what it truly needs, at the right time. So tomorrow morning, skip the coffee-only routine. Give your body something it can actually use. 2 whole eggs. Not egg whites. Not substitutes. The real deal, yolk and all. And if you're wondering what to pair those eggs with for even better results, the next food might surprise you. Most men never think of it for circulation, but it works like a natural blood flow booster, especially down there. Let me show you. If you're still with me and finding this helpful, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're taking action. Now let's move on to the next powerful food that could change everything. 2. Beets, the blood flow booster. The first time I told a patient to try beets for improving circulation, he looked at me like I'd lost my mind. "Beets," he said. "Aren't those just for salad?" I smiled. Because I knew what he didn't. Beets are one of nature's most potent blood flow enhancers. And for men over 60 dealing with weak erections, cold feet, or that sluggish, numb feeling below the belt, they can be an absolute game changer. What makes beets special is their natural nitrate content. When you eat them, those nitrates convert to nitric oxide in your body, the very compound responsible for relaxing and expanding blood vessels. That means better, freer circulation, not just in your heart, but directly to your groin, pelvis, and yes, your penis. I had a patient, Charles, 72. He'd been relying on ED meds for years, never imagining food could help. 2 weeks after adding roasted beets to his breakfast, just small portions, he told me he felt something he hadn't in months. Warmth in his legs and groin. More sensation. More responsiveness. "Doc," he said, "it's like something switched back on." Beets don't just boost nitric oxide, they also help oxygenate your blood, reduce inflammation, and improve stamina. Not just in the bedroom, but for walking, climbing stairs, and moving through life with confidence. And the best part? You don't need a mountain of them. Even a small serving a few times a week can deliver real, noticeable results. If you're not crazy about the taste, no problem. Blend them in a smoothie with berries and lemon. Your body doesn't care how they're delivered. It just wants that nitric oxide. Beets are accessible. They're powerful. They're side effect free. And they send a clear message to your blood vessels. Open up. You're not just eating a vegetable. You're reclaiming your circulation, your vitality, your independence. And if you're serious about keeping those arteries open for good, then the next food is non-negotiable. It's warm, comforting, and might just be the most powerful breakfast combo you've never tried. Let's keep going. 3. Oats with chia seeds, the artery cleanser. Whenever an older man walks into my office complaining about poor circulation, weaker erections, or that constant heaviness in the lower body, I don't just ask about medications. I ask about breakfast. And more often than not, it's either skipped entirely or filled with sugar and empty carbs. What I recommend might seem almost too simple to take seriously. But trust me, a warm bowl of oats topped with chia seeds has changed more lives than you'd believe. Oats alone are a powerful ally for aging arteries. They're rich in a unique fiber called beta-glucan, which doesn't just lower cholesterol. It actively helps clear the walls of your blood vessels. That allows more oxygen-rich blood to reach key areas, including your pelvis and groin. And for men over 60, that kind of circulation support isn't optional. It's critical. Now, when you add chia seeds to the mix, something remarkable happens. These tiny seeds are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and potassium, all of which help your blood vessels relax, reduce inflammation, and encourage smoother, stronger blood flow. This isn't just heart healthy. It directly supports your ability to achieve and maintain a healthy erection. I remember a man named Henry. He felt like his body had started to shut down after retirement. Low energy, trouble walking upstairs, intimacy fading. I told him to ditch the sugary cereal and try oats with chia seeds, blueberries, and a pinch of cinnamon. 2 weeks in, his legs felt lighter. Within a month, he was sleeping better, waking up energized, and the benefits extended into the bedroom. "Doc," he said with a laugh, "I didn't think a bowl of oats could do that." But it can. Because what you eat in the morning sets the tone for your circulation all day long. And this simple combination, eaten warm and with intention, signals your arteries to open up, to nourish the muscles and nerves that keep you feeling like you. Now, if you're ready to boost blood flow even further, there's one fruit that acts almost like nature's Viagra, without the side effects. Most men overlook it, but when eaten at the right time, it works fast. Let me show you. 4. Watermelon, the bedroom fruit. I still remember the look on Bill's face when I told him to eat watermelon in the morning. He chuckled, "Doc, isn't that just a summertime treat?" What he didn't know, and what most men don't, is that watermelon is one of the most underrated circulation boosters out there, especially for the places where it counts. Watermelon is packed with an amino acid called L-citrulline. Once in your body, it converts to L-arginine, which increases nitric oxide, the compound that relaxes and opens up your blood vessels, boosting blood flow to your groin and pelvic region. It's the same biological pathway used by ED medications. But in this case, you're using food instead of pharmaceuticals, and it works fast. I've had patients report noticeable improvements in sensation and stronger morning erections within just a week of adding watermelon to their morning routine. There's something powerful about letting your body function the way it was built to. No pills. No chemicals. Just real food, doing real work. Bill called me after 2 weeks and said, "I don't know if it's the watermelon or just the fact that I'm finally eating breakfast, but something's definitely waking up down there." We both laughed, but the truth is, he wasn't imagining it. The citrulline was doing its job, expanding blood vessels and restoring life to his lower body. 4 best results: eat watermelon on an empty stomach or right before your main breakfast. Just a couple slices will do. And don't throw out the white rind. That's where citrulline is most concentrated. Blend it into a smoothie or chew it gently. It might not taste sweet, but your circulation will thank you. If you're looking for a natural, refreshing way to energize everything below the belt, watermelon might be the missing piece. But if you really want to stabilize your morning energy, rebalance your system, and prep your entire lower body for the day ahead, don't skip this next food. It's warm, earthy, and when paired with one simple mineral, it becomes one of the most powerful breakfasts I recommend. Let's keep going. 5. Steamed sweet potato with Celtic salt, the circulation stabilizer. Of all the recommendations I've made over the years, this is the one that surprises men the most. Sweet potatoes, for circulation? They ask. But once you understand how your body functions after a long night without food, it starts to make perfect sense. When you wake up, your muscles, especially those in your legs, pelvis, and yes, even your penis, are running on empty. Your blood vessels need minerals. Your muscles need glycogen. And your nervous system needs balance. That's where a warm half of a steamed sweet potato with a pinch of Celtic sea salt comes in. It may be simple, but it could be the stabilizer your entire lower body has been missing. Sweet potatoes provide clean, complex carbohydrates that fuel your muscles without spiking your blood sugar. And when you add Celtic sea salt, an unprocessed salt with over 80 essential minerals, you're giving your body what it needs to retain hydration, regulate nerve signals, and maintain healthy blood pressure without sudden drops. These minerals are vital for muscle contractions, healthy circulation, and nerve sensitivity, all of which can fade with age if left unchecked. I remember Thomas, age 70. He'd been waking up with heavy, numb legs and a dull ache in his groin. He'd tried stretching, massage, even prescriptions, but nothing worked. I suggested a small change. Before breakfast, try half a steamed sweet potato with warm water and a pinch of mineral salt. 3 days later, he called and said, "Doc, I don't know what's going on, but my legs feel lighter. I didn't have to grab the nightstand just to stand up." There's something grounding about starting your day with real food. Something your body recognizes. Something that doesn't just manage symptoms, but helps restore balance from the inside out. Sweet potatoes may seem humble, but when eaten this way, they quietly and powerfully restore circulation, balance electrolytes, and energize every step you take. Now that you've learned the 5 foods that can restore blood flow, strength, and energy down there, there's one last thing we need to cover. Because knowledge without action changes nothing. So let's talk about exactly what you need to do, starting today, to turn these foods into results you can feel. 6. What you need to do starting today. If you've made it this far, that tells me something important. You care. You're not coasting through this phase of life, letting your body decline without a fight. You're still in it. Still showing up. And that matters. Now, you've got tools. But tools don't build anything if they stay in the drawer. Real change begins the moment you take action. Not tomorrow. Today. So here's the first step. Start small. Tomorrow morning, commit to eating just one of the 5 foods we talked about. Maybe it's 2 whole eggs cooked your favorite way. Maybe it's oats with chia seeds and a sprinkle of cinnamon. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to happen. Because what you eat in the first hour after waking is one of the most powerful choices you'll make all day. It shapes your circulation, your confidence, and your independence. Stop skipping breakfast. Don't wait until you're tired, stressed, or already behind. Feed your body while it's asking for help. This is the window when your blood vessels are most responsive, when your muscles are most ready to receive nutrients, when you can interrupt the slow drift of decline and start rebuilding what time tried to take. You may not notice fireworks overnight, but stay consistent. Within a few days, you might feel more energy in your legs, more warmth in your groin, more strength in your step, more responsiveness where it matters most. You may sleep better. You may wake up feeling something you haven't felt in a long time. Hope. And if you're thinking, isn't it too late for me? I promise you, it's not. I've watched men in their 60s, 70s, even late 80s reclaim their vitality, simply by committing to this one decision. Start the day with purpose. So now the question is simple. Will you take that first step tomorrow morning? Or will you let another day go by, waiting for something to change on its own? Because now you know exactly what to do. You know what to eat. You know when to eat it. But before we wrap up, there's one last thing I want to leave you with. Because even the right foods can't help if you're making one critical mistake that most older men never even think about. Let's finish with this final message, one that could make or break your results. 7. Final message. If there's one truth I've learned after decades of working with men over 60, it's this. Aging doesn't take your strength. It only takes what you're willing to give up. And most of the time, what we give up first is belief. Belief that change is still possible, that we're not too far gone, that we still have more life in us, more connection, more vitality, more power. I'm here to remind you. You do. You now know about 5 real foods: whole eggs, beets, oats with chia, watermelon, and sweet potato with Celtic salt, that don't just sound healthy. They work. They restore blood flow. They improve sensitivity. They support muscle function. They breathe life back into parts of your body that have felt distant for far too long. These aren't gimmicks. They're not trends. They're biological tools, meant for your body, right now. More than that, you know when to use them. You know how to use them. And you know why the first hour of your day matters more than almost any other. Because that first decision ripples into your energy, into your independence, into your confidence, into your relationships, into how you show up in the world. You don't need to change everything overnight, but you do need to start. So start tomorrow. Start with breakfast. Start with something warm, whole, and real. Let your food become your medicine. And let each small choice become a quiet declaration. You are not done. Not even close. Your next chapter starts at sunrise. And it starts with you.